Prosecutors say Jacobs intentionally ran Watson over with her car after the victim tried to break up an argument between the defendant and her sister.
This is the story of Shanet Jacobs, a 32-year-old hairstylist and owner of Resort Beauty LLC. She was in an on-again off-again relationship for years with 30-year-old Nathaniel Watson. Nathaniel, known for his easygoing demeanor, was hardly the type to provoke conflicts, yet in a fit of rage following a heated argument, Shanet would intentionally run him over with her vehicle, killing him as he tried to walk away. How could a love story, one celebrated on social media with snapshots of shared vacations and intimate moments, come to such a violent end? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Youngstown, Ohio, a city nestled midway between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. 32-year-old Shanet Jacobs, a resident of Youngstown, was a licensed cosmetologist and the owner of Resort Beauty LLC in Youngstown, Ohio. Known for her skilled hands and creative eye, Shanet had built a small but loyal clientele who admired her dedication and artistry. Beyond her professional life, Shanet was deeply close to her family, often spending her free time at family gatherings.
It's a litmus party. Yeah.
It don't go that long. Y'all gotta pin it. Y'all have to get on it. It probably went on my tooth. We're on two bottom place because you. I see it fall off. See, this was because girl, you wasn't throwing at my hands, not my mouth.
Shanet Jacobs was deeply involved in a relationship with 30-year-old Nathaniel Watson, a bond that seemed destined to stand the test of time based on their public displays of affection and shared adventures. She posted, "To my forever. No matter what. I love you and happy birthday. Last year in 20s. King Nathaniel Watson. I'll always love cruising with you."
I want to see your hands in the air. Down here, hands up, young lady, hands up.
Nathaniel was not only Shanet's partner, but had also become a beloved figure within her family, frequently joining in family events and celebrations, which further solidified his place in her life.
Down to it. Down to it. Those. Don't do it. Don't do it. We do it. We do it. We want to do it. We want to do it. Drink, motherfucker.
Drink to it!
Together, the couple shared a passion for travel, taking multiple cruises and exploring new destinations, experiences that Shanet enthusiastically documented and shared on social media. Her posts often depicted a fairy tale romance, brimming with declarations of love and snapshots of their journeys together, suggesting a deep and enduring love. Their online presence painted a picture of a couple deeply in love, immersed in a relationship that appeared as though it would last forever. However, what seemed like a romance that would last forever tragically unraveled in a way no one could have anticipated. On a chilly October day in Youngstown, Ohio, Shanet became embroiled in a heated dispute with her sister at her sister's residence. When Nathaniel attempted to mediate and defuse the argument, it unfortunately escalated into a confrontation between Shanet and Nathaniel. As the situation became unbearable, Nathaniel decided to leave, walking out of the house in an attempt to defuse the heated atmosphere. However, Shanet, overwhelmed with anger and perhaps not ready to let the argument subside, followed him out of the house. Shanet came out of the home, screaming and calling him insults, her voice echoing in the quiet of the night as she pursued Nathaniel, who was trying to walk away along the sidewalk. In a dramatic and horrifying escalation, Shanet then entered her vehicle and drove alongside Nathaniel as he continued to walk. Witnesses and surveillance footage described how, in a moment of apparent uncontrolled rage, she suddenly veered her vehicle off the road, directly towards Nathaniel. The car struck him, tragically pinning him underneath. After the collision, Shanet did not remain at the scene with Nathaniel. Instead, she returned towards her sister's home, leaving behind a scene of chaos and devastation, and Nathaniel remained pinned under the vehicle. A young boy present at the home with Shanet and her sister called 911 from his phone reporting a fight, but when police arrived, what they witnessed was much more horrific. At approximately 4:15 a.m., police and emergency responders rushed to a distress call from the quiet neighborhood on South Shenley Avenue, only to discover a gruesome scene. Nathaniel Watson, age 30, was found lifeless beneath a car pinned, with Shanet Jacobs implicated in his tragic demise. Shanet returned to the scene after police arrived. She implied that Nathaniel's death was an accident and that she did not deliberately try to run him over, claiming that he jumped in front of the car. Later she admitted she ran him over and was arrested and charged with voluntary manslaughter and felonious assault.
A fight at a Youngstown home overnight led to one person's death and another person being charged with manslaughter. Youngstown police noticed a man under a car when they showed up at 5 a.m. on South Shenley for a reported fight. Emergency first responders removed the car and tried to save his life. The 30-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene, though. His identity has not been revealed. Shanet Jacobs was arrested. Police noted that she was the driver of the car. So far, they have not said anything else about what happened or how the man got under the car. Jacobs has been charged with voluntary manslaughter and domestic violence. She's in jail and expected to hear the charges read against her in court tomorrow. First News will be there to cover it if it happens.
As investigators delved into the details of the tragic incident, surveillance footage obtained from the scene became pivotal in uncovering the truth about what transpired that fateful night. Initially, the footage did not clearly depict the act itself, but showed Shanet's vehicle swerving unexpectedly, a detail that suggested a deliberate maneuver. The car's headlights, originally pointing straight, veered off the road dramatically, aligning with the area where Nathaniel was tragically struck. The eerie glow of the headlights was momentarily punctuated by Nathaniel's harrowing screams, captured in the chilling silence of the night. Although the actual collision was not visible on the footage, the directional shift and subsequent sounds painted a clear, albeit horrifying, picture. Upon reviewing the video and gathering further evidence, authorities concluded that there was intent behind Shanet's actions during the argument, leading them to elevate the charges from manslaughter to murder. This development intensified the seriousness of the situation, as it transitioned from what could have been considered a tragic accident to an alleged deliberate act of violence.
Shanet Jacobs in Youngstown Municipal Court today for her preliminary hearing. Her case is now headed to a Mahoning County grand jury. She's accused of running over Nathaniel Watson last month along South Shenley Avenue. Video from a nearby home showed Jacobs' headlights first pointing straight and then veering off into a house. Police said that showed the car deliberately went off the road and hit Watson. Jacobs remains in the Mahoning County Jail.
Detective Sergeant Jerry Fulmer, leading the investigation, presented this compelling evidence in court. He detailed how the video indicated deliberate intent, as the car seemed to be steered directly towards Nathaniel. The detective also recounted Shanet's conflicting accounts during interrogation. She initially claimed Nathaniel stepped in front of the car, but later admitted to running him over after he turned his back. The aftermath saw the Youngstown Police Department's Detective Division and Crime Scene Unit, alongside the Mahoning County Coroner's Office, piecing together the events of that fateful night. Shanet ultimately pled guilty to a reduced charge of voluntary manslaughter to avoid a murder charge. She blamed her actions that night on her being drunk. Madison, Shanet Jacobs' sister, revealed that a series of tragic deaths among friends and family had led Shanet to increase her alcohol consumption, despite attempts by loved ones to intervene. During her testimony, she asserted that Shanet was intoxicated on the night that Nathaniel Watson died. Shanet herself, while being questioned, admitted that she did not intend to kill Nathaniel. She confessed to being under the influence after visiting 3 bars and an after-hours club prior to the confrontation at her sister's house. Shanet claimed her memory of the night was fragmented due to the amount she had drunk, including the actual moment she ran over Nathaniel and the altercation with her sister. In a remorseful statement, Shanet expressed her sorrow, stating, "I am deeply sorry for this tragic accident. I never meant for any of this to happen. I truly loved Nathaniel." Further revealing her emotional turmoil, she added, "There is a deep cut to my heart because I still do not remember what happened." Her defense attorney, Madison, argued that given the circumstances, a prison sentence exceeding 5 years would be unjust. During the proceedings, prosecutor Andrews highlighted inconsistencies in her claims of memory loss, pointing out that she was able to recount the details of her argument with her sister to detectives just 2.5 hours after Nathaniel's death. Judge Durkin acknowledged the role of alcohol in the tragedy, emphasizing the senseless loss, stating, "Nate did not deserve to die." Reflecting on her actions and their consequences, Shanet vowed to abstain from alcohol for life, citing the trauma and disrespect to Nathaniel's memory as her reasons. She also mentioned that she had been participating in substance abuse and anger management classes while in jail, indicating her commitment to change. Sherry Anderson, Nathaniel Watson's mother, addressed the court, expressing the profound grief of losing her son.
In court, his mother tearfully said she misses her son.
And I want to see the right justice that you see fit, Judge, and I put it in God's hands.
I have never received a gift like Nathan as my son, she shared, reflecting on her deep appreciation for him. I used to ask, Lord, what did I do to deserve such a blessing? She described her son as a source of joy and a person of good character, and she explained that her faith has been her support since his tragic death. He may be gone from this world, but he will never be gone from my heart, she declared, her voice breaking with emotion. She admitted to missing her son terribly, but hoped for something positive to emerge from the tragedy. As she spoke, tears also streamed down Shanet Jacobs' face. Arlesha Tate, Nathaniel's cousin, also spoke, reminiscing about their shared family moments and describing him as close as a brother. She believed that if Nathaniel had survived, he would have forgiven Shanet, and she expressed her intention to do what she thought her cousin would have wanted. I hold no hatred, she affirmed. Prosecutors asked for a sentence of 11 to 16.5 years and stated that Shanet has not taken responsibility for her actions. The judge instead handed down a sentence of 6 to 9 years in prison, followed by 2 to 5 years of post-release control. What happened to Nathaniel Watson should have never happened. His death highlights the dangers of uncontrolled anger and impulsive actions. Nathaniel's untimely demise could have been prevented, highlighting the importance of managing emotions and resolving conflicts without resorting to violence. Violence should never be seen as an acceptable resolution to any problem, no matter the circumstances. It's critical to understand that alcohol consumption does not excuse violent behavior. My condolences to Nathaniel Watson's friends and family. May you continue to heal and one day find peace. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.